Why did powerful nations act so fast when Libya began to grow stronger on its own? People started to connect the dots. They saw that Libya had one of the highest living standards in Africa before the war. They saw that the country had no foreign debt and owned its resources. And slowly, Gaddafi's story became more than history. It became a mirror, showing how easily a nation can rise, and how quickly it can fall when the world turns against it. Gaddafi's dream for Africa was more than speeches. He planned real things that were already taking shape before the war stopped them. Engineers worked on a satellite project so African nations wouldn't pay Europe millions for communication. Banks began early talks for an African monetary fund. Leaders discussed one African passport to increase trade and movement across the continent. These were not fairy tales. They were steps that could make Africa stronger and independent. But strong nations do not rise without shaking the balance of power. While some African leaders supported Gaddafi, others stayed silent, afraid of upsetting countries that gave them aid. The pressure from the outside world grew heavy. Rumors spread. Media stories painted him as a villain. And in global politics, once a leader is labeled a threat, the countdown begins. Gaddafi knew this. He sensed the danger long before 2011. But he kept moving because he believed Africa was worth fighting for. When he spoke at international meetings, he pointed at world powers and said, "Africa is not your playground." Some laughed. Some rolled their eyes. But others looked nervous. The world watched an African leader trying to rewrite old rules. And history showed what often happens to leaders who try to change too much. In Libya, people felt the pressure too. The country became the center of global attention. Foreign news showed only one side of the story. Many Libyans felt unheard. They saw changes happening too quickly, decisions made from faraway capitals, and rumors spreading faster than truth. Some citizens protested Gaddafi's rule, asking for political freedom. Others stood by him, remembering how much Libya had improved under his leadership. The nation split, not because people hated their country, but because confusion filled the air. Then came the NATO intervention. Many Libyans were shocked. They thought foreign armies would protect civilians, but soon they saw bombs falling on schools, roads, and homes. They asked, "Is this help? Or something else?" Gaddafi tried to speak to the world, but his voice was drowned out by larger powers. His final speeches were emotional.